There is one incredibly important thing you have to understand if you're going to exit gracefully from a multifamily deal. And you have to understand this before you even start the business plan at the very beginning. So if you're thinking about purchasing, now is the time to think about this exit strategy. I know it could be 3 or 4 years out, but if you don't think about it right now, you won't set up the right plan, you won't raise the right amount of capital, and ultimately you're likely to fail at this particular piece of the multifamily investing journey. My guest today is Matt Faircloth. I am Jeremy Goodrich, and in this episode, you are going to learn an exit strategy that the smartest real estate investors use on every single property. Let's dig into that conversation right now. The REI Clarity podcast is based on a 9 action step framework that I believe any kind of investor, these are pretty broad action steps, but I believe any investor can use to have a successful real estate investing experience. I asked you when you signed up for this to pick one that you wanted to talk about, and you picked the one that you picked. We have not talked about at all, so I want to have a quick conversation. It is called Exit Gracefully. And we've talked a lot about picking up deals. We've talked a lot about taking care of deals. And in just a short, we could probably have a full episode on exiting deals, obviously, but just in a short couple of minutes, are there thoughts you have about succeeding in your exit?
Sure. And a total plug, but I'd love to come back on. I can bring my asset manager because we're about to sell a property in North Carolina. So we are going through this right now.
Yeah.
In that. So you got to put your head in the mind of a buyer when you exit a property. If you are looking to leave no stone unturned and take an apartment complex to the absolute apex and dissolve all the deferred maintenance and no further work to be done here. And now I'm going to sell it. That's not going to work. You're not going to get the best number you can. If you intentionally leave something to be done by the next investor and leave this gets said too much, but leave some meat on the bone. For the new buyer. And that might mean not turning all the units. That might mean not doing one thing or another. And that's not being lazy. It's just, I want to leave some further opportunity for the next person to come in and say, okay, we brought it from a low performer up to a mid performer or even a high performer, but you, Mr. Buyer, can take it from here all the way up. That's the way you command the best opportunity. Because listen, if somebody tries to present me with a deal, it's like, hey, I've got this 100-unit complex and everything's humming along and all the deferred maintenance has been done and all the rents are all being paid and collections are at 98% and all the units have all been renovated and there's a big old playground and a community and yada, 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 right? So I'm not interested because given where today's cap rates are, I'm likely not going to cash flow. I'm not going to make any money on that deal. So that likely would not make sense. Now, if you're like, well, I've turned half the units and, we built a playground, but we've got that there's another acre of land over there that you could probably build a pool on or something like that. Or maybe a clubhouse, or there's other stuff you could do, or maybe the common areas could use a facelift or whatever it is. And not spend that money, not collect the additional rent that you could on those things and leave it for the next buyer to go and take it to the next level from there, then you're at a point where they can get behind the wheel and drive and make it their own property and not let and do take it to the next level beyond where you did.
Such good advice. Like, as far as and you can't think about that at the point you're deciding to sell, because you've already made all those decisions. You've already invested all that capital and done whatever it is you've done. You have to think about that exit as you're building your business plan or during your business plan over the course of those, 3 to 7 years or whatever it is that you've decided to do. Yeah. So smart though, leaving meat on the bone and making sure that there's an opportunity for the next person to take it to the next level. And if you
the way to get the best price. You get the best price. You'll actually get a better cap rate on a deal that needs more work done to it than a property. It sounds so stupid and counterintuitive, but it's true that the market will pay you a better price for a deal that has potential than a deal that all the potential has been dissolved and you've knocked out everything that could get knocked out.
Yeah, it's about the story we tell ourselves as buyers. Like we want that to be available to us, or it doesn't make sense. Wow.
Yeah, and also because the way real estate works, because of cap rate compression and things like that, that's how they're going to make money. right?
Yeah.
Well, why would I? I can't make any money doing what,
Yeah.
just getting behind the wheel and driving what you did. I got to take it to the next level so I can, force appreciation and refi and pay my investors back and create the IRR that I need to and everything like that. That we know the game. So put yourself in their shoes. Nobody's going to come and buy your fully finished property, not because you wouldn't either. Right.
Hey, Jeremy here. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it created some clarity for you and zoomed you in on what action steps you actually need to take to succeed in real estate. If you haven't done so already, please head over to reiclarity.com and download our 9 action step framework. I believe that every real estate investor needs to take these 9 steps to succeed at the financial freedom they want to create for themselves. So if you haven't downloaded that already, please head over and get that at reiclarity.com. All right, until the next time, have a wonderful day.